Hello, hello everyone. Thank you for joining InnoVigilance, our fifth monthly webinar. Today we're going to talk about or to have a glance of International Society of Pharmacovigilance commitment to a safer use of medicines. So stay with us today. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us, for our students, our followers today. So we have a very important person as a guest. I'm really honored today to have it. To thank you. So thanks for our guest to accepting our invitation for her time today. So as I mentioned, a glance at the International Society of Pharmacovigilance commitment to the safer use of medicine. So we will talking today about the international regulation of pharmacovigilance and the landscape, the current landscape globally. As usual, I will introduce myself for the our new followers, for our new students. Then I will introduce our guests. It will be a very nice surprise. Then we will go through my question for our guest today. Then questions from the audience. My name is Omar Aimer. I'm PharmD PhD and a pharmacovigilance drug and device safety expert and consultant for big pharma, for global companies, based in Greater Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So I started my career and my studies in my home country, in Algeria, since 2000, then a PhD in pharmacology from the University of Algiers. Then I moved to France, Paris, with a Master Science in Industrial Pharmacy. Then earned a Pharmacovigilance and Drug Safety Master Science at the University of Paris Descartes in France. In my career, I was also a lecturer on pharmacology, director of quality control for pharmaceutical products. Then in France, I was a pharmacovigilance pharmacist and pharmacovigilance and drug and device safety pharmacist. Then in 2017, I moved to Montreal, Canada, in Quebec, Canada, as a pharmacovigilance drug device safety specialist. I am also usually a speaker and chair of roundtables and chairperson for sessions at the World Congress Americas and Europe, held twice during the year. Articles author and on AI or artificial intelligence impact on pharmacovigilance. I'm also a member of the International Society of Pharmacovigilance, and especially for the North American chapter as executive committee member. I earned also in 2020 a certification for improving global health safety and quality at Harvard University. And a founder of InnoVigilance International Academy. So our guest today is Dr. Manal Younus, a PharmD PhD, and she's ISoP, International Society of Pharmacovigilance Advisory Board member, ISoP Middle East Chapter Vice President, and Iraqi Pharmacovigilance Center Head from Baghdad, Iraq. Dr. Manal Younus holds a PhD and master's degree in clinical pharmacy. She led the establishment and the expansion of the Iraqi pharmacovigilance system On the national level, she represents Iraq in the World Health Organization International Drug Monitoring Program, currently a member in many committees, including biologicals and biosimilars registration, Iraqi Clinical Pharmacy Advisory Board, the Central Committee for Containing Antimicrobial Resistance, and many other committees. Dr. Manal Younus, on the international level, she is an ISoP, International Society of Pharmacovigilance Advisory Board member, and represent ISoP in CIOMS, which is the Council of International Organizations of Medical Sciences, a CIOMS working group 11 to develop a guideline on patient participation in the development and safe use of medicines. ISoP Middle East Chapter Vice President, ISoP Pharmacovigilance Professional Qualification Framework for a Special Interest Group member, and a member of the Drug Safety Research Unit, International Working Group on Signal Detection and Management in Pharmacovigilance. Dr. Manal Younus, she had authored more than 20 articles in different drug safety related subjects. So welcome, Dr. Younus, Dr. Manal.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Yeah, so we are really honored to have you today with us. Thank you for for accepting our invitation. You're such an inspiration for us, for healthcare professionals, for women, and yeah, of all of us. So
thank you so much, Dr. Omar, and I'm so glad being with you in this webinar series. And yes, you know what? This is my first time to go live on air. This is first, and I think it's an honor for me to be here with all of your followers and all of colleagues who attend this webinar, and hope we will have such an exciting discussions regarding the safe use of medicine across the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. I have, before asking question on pharmacovigilance, I have special question for you. How do you find time to do all of that?
Well, I wish if the day went for more than 24 hours. That would be perfect for me. This is very much difficult. You know, you can't concentrate on everything at the same time. So this is the trick. You have to concentrate on this subject on this time, and then move to another one on another time. So this is the trick that I'm using currently. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a Wonder Woman.
No, not like that.
And this is a passion.
This you can say that. You can say that. This is my passion. Yeah.
The passion for pharmacovigilance, for patient safety.
Completely into it.
Thank you. So let's jump on my first question. Could you tell us what are the goals and mission of the ISoP, International Society of Pharmacovigilance?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Well, first of all, ISoP, it is the International Staff of Pharmacovigilance, is an international non-for-profit independent organizations and funded by the membership fees, and open to anyone who would like to have an interest in the safe and effective use of medicines, and also open to all people who are working in pharmacovigilance, regardless of their background, whether they are working in the industry, in the regulatory authority, in academia. So we welcome everyone in our society, and of course in any country around the world. Currently, we have I think more than 900 members from around 99 countries across the world.
Wow.
So you can say that we are an international society by just knowing that much of countries that we are currently involved with. the mission of our society is to enhance all aspects of safe use of medicines, promote pharmacovigilance and risk management, whether scientifically and educationally, and provide a forum for international discussions and networking, and encourage pharmacovigilance educations by promoting regular exchange of information through meetings, annual meetings, symposia, workshops, bulletins, and also social media posts. We are currently very active in social media. And our president, Dr. Mira Harrison, when we were elected in 2019, had an editorial on drug safety stating the mission, the vision of her vision for what is the vision of the society from 2019 to 2022. And to summarize that, it is concentrated on patient safety, and it is a patient-centered pharmacovigilance. This is very important. So in order to maximize the safe use of medicines or devices, and to conduct appropriate risk management in any environment across the world, including drug development and clinical trials, we must know how the medicine will be used in real life. This is the important point. And this is our target, how the medicine will be used. Because you know that different patients act differently with medicines, not as mentioned in the SMPCs. And there are different aspects that we need to learn and to know about the real world uses of medicines. So that's why, including the patients, including and consulting with patients and helping to better integrate pharmacovigilance with the clinical medicines and public health systems should be a fundamental part of our society. This is the vision of Mira Harrison, our president. So how we are working, you know that there is an election every 3 years, and basically, ISoP, it wasn't named as ISoP at the beginning. It was the ISoP. So it was founded in 1992 as the European Society of Pharmacovigilance. Then they found that it should not be only a European society. It must be an international one. So in 2000, it was an International Society of Pharmacovigilance. Currently, all members can elect and up to 10 members of the board, and the board members will elect the president, who will elect the executive committee among the elected board members. So the board member can be elected for up to 2 consecutive periods of 3 years. So, as I said, I like what Dr. Mira Harrison wrote in the editorial. She wrote that we are all pharmacovigilance. Why we are all pharmacovigilance? Because we are all in the same boat, and we should paddle on the same direction. Otherwise, there will not be any impact of our work. So this is a great editorial, and part of being an international society, we have lots of connections with other international societies, like, for example, CIOMS, as you mentioned, and Uppsala Monitoring Center, WHO, the European Association for Clinical Pharmacology and Therapeutics, the European Network of Centers for Epidemiology and Pharmacovigilance. We are all partners with these in different levels. So the point is that the current board members, coming from different countries and from different backgrounds, everyone is represented, especially the females. So this is a great. I'm really honored to be part of this board member, and everyone is
I think we lose Dr. Manal. So just waiting for her to join us again. Yeah, this is the International Society of Pharmacovigilance. Just I urge you to go and visit the ISoP online website. There's a lot of opportunities for networking, for being part of working groups, producing papers. Of course, that the drug safety journals pertains to the International Society of Pharmacovigilance, and there's a lot of as a member of the International Society of Pharmacovigilance, it's really we are lucky to be part of this organization. So
yes.
here, Dr. Manal again.
Sorry for that. I didn't notice that I have run my battery from this from my cell phone, so they quickly shut down the. Sorry for that. So I was saying that there is lots of benefits of being a member in our society. First of all, you have the access to the drug safety journal, and the drug safety journal becomes the official journal of the society since 2005, with a high impact factor, 3.829 for the previous 5 years. This is a high one, and also the drug safety publishes abstracts from the ISoP annual meetings, and there is offer webinars on article writing and pharmacovigilance journal club. I think we had already 3 or maybe 4 journal club. Especially this was very active. This activity was initiated after the COVID-19 pandemic. So to add to this, you can have full access to ISoP organized webinars and their recordings, free access to training courses, especially for low and middle income countries, in collaboration with the UMC, and currently we are active in China also, and reduced registration fees for on-site events, ISoP events, online access to ISoP annual meetings, presentations, and webinar videos. In fact, during this pandemic, we had lots of activities, more than that we were expecting to do on face-to-face, and the activities were very, very excellent activities. I hope that everyone can access these videos and to benefit from it. Now, so how we are doing our work also. I said that we have lots of collaboration with other organizations. This is one part. And the other part is that we have lots of special interest groups. We have 8 special interest groups. And I hope that we have another one soon for the medical devices led by Dr. Omar. These have different subjects that we concentrate on. Like, for example, we have one for risk communication, one for women's health, one for vaccine surveillance, one for pharmacogenomics. This is a new one for medication error, very active, especially during the Patient Safety World Patient Safety Days. Last year we celebrated this one, and it was a big hit. More than 3,000, I think, participants from across the world, and it was just an amazing one. Also, we have another one for risk minimization methods for Asian countries, another one for herbal and traditional medicines led by Joe Barnes, and another one, the one that I'm in, the Pharmacovigilance Professional qualification framework. And we are currently working on advancing the profession of pharmacovigilance and by certification. So we are working. We have lots of work on this group currently. I hope I didn't forget any one of these groups. This is one part. Also, we have chapters, and chapters. There was no chapters before 2005. 2005, after 2005, the ISoP allowed that people gathered in the same area or in the same country to have a specific chapter for them, at least with at least 10 members. So currently we have 12 chapters across the world, and this is a big number, I think. So we have the Middle East here, and the Egypt, the African, the ISoP chapter, the Latam, Israel, Italy, Southeast Europe, and South Asia, West Pacific, Switzerland, and Indonesian chapter. So lots of chapters, and I think we will have a new one. The EU Russian countries will hopefully soon have formulated their own chapters also. Now, what else? I think I would stop here.
Yeah. So yeah, there's it's such an amazing organization, international, with the networking for learning more, interacting with other professionals from different background. I mean, academia, from pharmaceutical industry. Yeah, I can witness that. It's really there's amazing activities, producing papers, publications, and yeah, learning and sharing. Thank you, Dr. Manal. So let's jump to the second question. So pharmacovigilance and drug safety regulation, international, looks sometimes complex. Even the ICH, which is the International Council of Harmonization, try to harmonize it. So what is the current, and how do you see the future of the international regulation landscape? So the international PV of drug safety regulation landscape.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for this question. I think I will divide it into 3 sections. So first, my answer to this question. First part will be, what is harmonization? And the second part, some examples regarding harmonization, and especially pharmacovigilance. And the third part, the future perspectives. So to those that don't know what is harmonization means that you the act of making systems or laws or guidelines or any other thing same or similar. So same or similar. So this is, I think, whether it is in companies, in countries, and so that they will work together more easily. But on the same page, you see that it is very difficult to make everyone do the same thing or similarly. This is very difficult. This is one part. The another thing is that we know that the presence of ICH since 1990 have added lots of progress and successful achievements regarding the harmonization of regulations across the world, and impacted the world really not only globally, also globally and at the national level. So because there was a need for what I can say, it's like a common language, regulatory language that would make everything simple and easy to all stakeholders that are involved in the drug regulatory and the drug regulation, and by these guidelines, ICH guidelines, that I think that they also promote the safe use of medicine, increasing cooperation among national regulatory authorities and across the world, of course. Now, regarding the pharmacovigilance regulation, I don't think they are complicated, but they are straightforward, but the way of implementing these regulations is complex. So you see that depending on many factors, contributing factors, and that might complicate the situation, like the financial support, the political support, the regulatory landscape in that country, the wellness, the health system. So there are many contributing factors that may affect the implementation of these guidelines. Like, for example, you know that internationally there is one module for the post-authorization safety study, but not all countries ask for applying or for having local data presence before registration. Only, like for example, Japan and Korea ask for PASS as part of the registration. So this is their way of thinking, and this is their requirement. This is not an international requirement. This is one thing. Another example is the good clinical trial practice guidelines, which is a well-known international guideline. But the point is that not every country can apply or utilize what is there in this guideline because of the lack of the competencies, lack of background, lack of support and regulation. But still, we can survive that not every country have a clinical trial guideline, or there are clinical trials in that country. On the other hand, for pharmacovigilance, I think it is inevitable to have pharmacovigilance in each country. Otherwise, how you are going to follow the safety of medicine? How you are going to know that your patients are not having that much adverse event of medicines? So and it is more easier to implement than the clinical trials, if I may compare this. So maybe this is why it is difficult to implement the harmonization or to harmonize everything on each country level. Because it is difficult, I think the convergence and the reliance terminologies started to emerge so that they can at least fill the gap. This is what we need. We need to fill the gap of these differences among different jurisdictions across the world. So I think that also I think all the pharmacovigilance guidelines across the world objectives are the same. We need to have patient safety. This is a common commonalities between all these guidelines. But the point is that we need to customize these guidelines according to the situations of each country and needs or capacities, depending on the infrastructure. If I can say that the EMA guidelines or the good pharmacovigilance pharmacovigilance guidelines are there, but not every country in our region can implement it. Some can, but some cannot. So this is also another point. So what I was trying to say is that we should concentrate on building the capacity, finding solution for the problems of each country before asking them to apply these guidelines. This is very important. I think ISoP can help in that. At the personal level or at the institutional level, because the ISoP has many great backgrounds of colleagues that can help in that, and I think we are trying to do more and more in this regards. For the future part, I think there's a great opportunity for pharmacovigilance to grow bigger and bigger, and to have full harmonization maybe someday, but I don't think right now it is possible. Well, somehow maybe yes, but you know what? And I think you like that. The digitalization is the solution.
Yeah, definitely.
As we go into this area, I think lots of solutions that we would think that it wasn't possible would be easy, very easy. Although that I know that at the beginning of implementing such systems, they would have lots of codes, but on the regular, on later on, I don't think that it would cost a lot. Only the maintenance parts that would have the cost of the maintenance part. So yes, PV is pharmacovigilance is growing and moving toward the right direction. Yeah, and specifically after the emergency use authorization of COVID-19 vaccine.
Yeah.
I think we are all lucky, people who are working in pharmacovigilance, to have lived this pandemic. Because we have seen all the regulation in one time, in 1 year. We have seen the how you have to decide to go for this vaccine because it impact the health of the public health. Although we don't know everything about it, and you should follow every step of this vaccine after authorization, after the emergency use authorization, and you have to report everything. You have to decide after that, and you know that many examples that I can point at, like for example the AstraZeneca and the event of the thromboembolic TTA that was reported, and how they were linked or not. So this is a great opportunity. This is a great learning opportunity for everyone who is working in this field to have to participate and to have their stamp in it. So this is what I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we can say that, and there we saw the need to work internationally together, all pharmacovigilance professionals worldwide within this pandemic, and with the challenge to make the safety surveillance of COVID-19 vaccines. So yeah, 100%. 100%. Thank you, Dr. Manal. I see many comments and questions are coming from the audience. Let's jump to quickly to the other question. So the next question: you represent the International Society of Pharmacovigilance at the CIOMS. So just to remind the audience that CIOMS is the Council of International Organization of Medical Sciences. So at the CIOMS Working Group 11, could you tell us more about this group and what are international mechanisms and interactions in the development of safe medicines?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, I think also I will divide my answer into three parts. The first part, what CIOMS are doing regarding pharmacovigilance. The other part, the relationship between CIOMS and ISoP. And the last part, the Working Group 11 details. So regarding CIOMS, it is also non-for-profit, non-governmental organization that is founded by WHO and UNESCO in 1949. And I don't think many people know what is CIOMS, but the point is that the work of CIOMS has impacted the guidelines that CIOMS made, impacted and shaped the work of different organizations, including the ICH, the WHO, medicinal regulatory authorities, academia, industry, and other stakeholders. Across they are not only interested, CIOMS is not working only on pharmacovigilance, it is also working on ethics and health ethics and what else? Bioethics, pharmacovigilance, and the drug development. And its publication have been translated into different languages, including Russian, Japanese, Spanish, Chinese, and this is for the first part. The other part is that what CIOMS is doing in pharmacovigilance. They have issued from 1986 till now around 20 different guidelines related to pharmacovigilance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the first one was related to monitoring and assessment of adverse drug effects, then international reporting of adverse drug reactions, international reporting of periodic drug safety updates before the initiation of the PSURs, guidelines for preparing core clinical safety information on drugs, benefit risk balance for marketed drugs, many others. And many of these guidelines have been picked up by the ICH guidelines, including ICH E2A, E2C, E2D, E2F. So these guidelines, many of the work of CIOMS were picked up. Now, what's the relationship between ISoP and CIOMS?
Yes.
There was no relationship until 2007, where ISoP became a member of CIOMS. CIOMS accepts the membership of any organization that is related to whether it is at the country level or the international level, that is in close contact with their objectives. I mentioned that the bioethics, the drug development, and the pharmacovigilance. So obviously, this would apply to ISoP. In 2010, there was an agreement between ISoP and CIOMS that during the every annual meeting, there will be an annual lecture to be sponsored by CIOMS at all meetings. And from that time till now, from 2011, the first lecture was in Istanbul during the the annual meeting in Istanbul. And after that, these were continued. Now, the CIOMS and the ISoP have this common objective, as I mentioned, so that it was naturally they would work together, if I may say that. And this is what happens. ISoP was invited in 2018 to join a working group related to the patient involvement in the development and safe use of medicines. And this work was the first kind of work at the international level to combine in one document all issues related to patient involvement, starting from the preclinical stage to the post-clinical, pre-approval to the post-approval stage. And the participants in these guidelines, I think more than 60 participants from different backgrounds, including patient organizations, industry, regulators, academia, and the World Medical Association. The aim of the work was to provide recommendation related to why, how, and when to engage patients at all stages of drug development, of safe use of medicines also. So the work now is at advanced stages, and all experts are working together to formulate pragmatic points to consider in patient involvement. And the guidance will provide a comprehensive overview of the present knowledge and existing initiatives, and will address the wide range of remaining challenges and practice gaps. Also, we believe that patient, that what patient organization always says, nothing about us without us. So
Yeah.
they have the right in saying that. So we have to take patient perspective in this in the medicine development, because it will ultimately reach the patient. So they should have their views of
Impact the patient.
yeah, because it will impact them. So with that, we think that we will help in not only individual but the public also in improving the health of every, and improving the safe use of medicines. If I want to go further deep into what each chapter contains, we have 10 different chapters. The first chapter is an introduction, and the second chapters talks about the landscape of patient engagement, the current landscape, and the development and safe use of medicine. Then the other chapter, number 3, talks about the guiding principles for patient involvement or engagement. And we have lots of discussions whether to use involvement or engagement or patient voice. And finally, we decided that, okay, we can use all of these because we can use them interchangeably. Otherwise, we would might lose the meaning of some of the work that we are doing. Chapter 4 talks about patient involvement in advancing treatments for their disease. And chapter 5 talks about the guiding principle for patient involvement in patient product labeling. This is also important.
Okay.
Chapter 6 mentions the opportunities for patient involvement in additional risk minimization. Chapter 7 talks about guiding principles for patient engagement in the development and use of safety and effectiveness data. This is post-approval stage. Chapter 8 talks about the patient involvement in developing time-bound safety communications regarding medicinal products. Chapter 9, challenges and opportunities for patient involvement in resource-limited settings. Chapter 10, guiding principles for patient participation in the therapeutic decision-making and public involvement in clinical practice guidelines. So you see that we tried not to forget any kind of step that where the patient would be involved. Also, there are glossary team, editorial team, and implementation team. As I mentioned, the work now is at final stages, and maybe within the next month we will see the draft for public hearing. They will post it.
Perfect.
Yeah, and the participation of ISoP representatives was not only me. At the beginning, there was Sten Olsen and Brian Edwards. Then I joined them on a later stage. We have actively participated in writing drafts and in several chapters. And one of the chapters were guiding principle for patient participation and the effectiveness and the utilization of safety and effectiveness data. One of the longest chapters in the guideline. We are trying to streamlining this chapter because I don't know. This is what.
Yeah, so it's very important. Thank you for those insights. And if I can add that for our followers, our students in Innovigilance International Academy, that just to show them that it's very important to know the origin of those of all the guidelines, the regulation, that there are working groups, there's person like you, Dr. Manal, at the origin of all those regulation and guidelines. And we are really happy to have you today and also to hear from you. And yeah, it's very important to figure out how things are going in the regulation, and in which mechanism. The other question, the last question from me, is as an international pharmacovigilance and drug safety expert, how do you see InnoVigilance QPDS, which is qualified professional, is a certification, qualified professional in drug safety certification? How do you see this certification, the certification role, and its impact on promotion of the safer use of medicines? So the training, our training and trainings in general.
Yeah, thank you so much. I went through the website, your website, and to learn more about what kind of modules that you are offering. And I found that it's important to have such a comprehensive training curriculum dedicated specifically to those who are interested in working in industry. This is important. Also, I found that the course covers almost all aspects of pharmacovigilance related to industry, like the basics, the global pharmacovigilance regulation, the case processing, and I like that you're also teaching them about Argus safety system, signal detection, risk management, aggregation reports, pharmacovigilance system master file, audits and inspection. And what I like also is that you are teaching them also some soft skills, coaching, and how to write their CVs. Also good to know that this course is endorsed and recommended by the American Society of Pharmacovigilance. What I can say is that there is a gap, and to fill the gap, we need to have such targeted programs that can streamline our profession. I might have only one comment, or I don't know. One point is that I didn't see anything regarding the communication part. So this is what I have found.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So yeah, we will look for that. For adding AI also impact and artificial intelligence, and the communication is very important. We're talking about communication in safety communication in our courses, but yeah, to dedicate a lecture on that, I think that it's very important.
Yeah, I know that communication is embedded in each module, and there's lots of communication, but still we need to have a specific module for communication, pharmacovigilance.
100%.
Yeah, because you need to talk to differently when you are talking to patient, to regulatory authority, to other industry. So the different kinds of communications that you need to learn.
Thank you, Dr. Manal. So I'm done with my question, my set of questions. Let's jump to questions from and comments from our audience. So Mushtaq Midhat say, thanks InnoVigilance Academy for organizing such a fabulous meeting. Good luck, Dr. Manal.
Thank you so much, Mushtaq.
So Ridi Satput say, glad to be here, want to learn new things from this platform.
Good.
Sally, our fresh graduate, qualified professional drug safety and drug safety certified, says, great topic, nice to hear and learn from Dr. Younus, Manal. Thank you, Sally. Raj.
Thank you.
Yeah, Raj, our trainee, saying, is there a formal relationship between the American Society of Pharmacovigilance and the International Society of Pharmacovigilance?
Yeah, I think you should answer this one.
Yeah, so yeah, as I'm based in North America.
Yeah,
just
I remember that.
Yeah, So there's the American Society of Pharmacovigilance, and to be it's separate. It's not the North American chapter of the International Society of Pharmacovigilance, but the American Society of Pharmacovigilance, which is also a society which is doing a great things and job regarding the address adverse drug reactions, which is also which are the fourth cause of death in the US. It's very important, but it's a separate organization. But there's also some connections with the ISoP, but not at an advanced level.
Yeah, just to add to what you said, the North America chapter of the ISoP is doing a great job, as you mentioned, specifically in the courses related to artificial intelligence. There are an annual course each year, and I think every year it is in Boston. Yeah.
Yes.
And this year, I hope it would be face-to-face one.
Face-to-face one, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. So the other comment or question, Sally Dahab, how to participate in ISoP working groups? I think she's asking about the SIGs or special groups.
Yeah. So basically, you have to be an ISoP member first. Previously, we allowed non-members to be part of this, but currently. I don't know why, but it is only closed for members. You should be a member. And the membership fees depends on which organization and in which region you are. Three different membership schemes. Of course, if you are living in a high-income country and you are working in industry, will different from those who are working in low or middle-income countries and working in the non-for-profit organization like academia or regulatory, or if you are a student. So there are three different schemes. You can find these schemes in different ISoP posts on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and Facebook. Yeah, so you have to be an ISoP member, and then you can apply for any special interest group that you are interested in by sending them an email. There's everything. You can find everything on our website. Who is the modulator of each working group and what the contact details of that person, so that you can communicate, or you can send a message to the secretariat of ISoP secretariat.
Perfect. Thank you, Sally. And Sally, of course, Sally is definitely a member of. It's our fresh graduate. She's a member based in the US. She's a member of the ISoP and NASoP.
Wow.
So, yeah, we can get in touch.
You should answer that question, the first question regarding the differences.
So Raj asking is ISoP taking any tangible steps to increase reporting of ADRs, adverse drug reactions, by patients and healthcare providers and professionals? He says that currently these numbers are very low.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you so much for that question. I think all the world suffers from the low number of reports. Even the countries with high number of reports, they said, no, this is very low. We will never be satisfied with the number. So I don't think this is the increasing, or we can educate, we can promote about how to increase the number of reports, but we don't have any connections, because this depends on the country situation, and this is behind our. This is out of our. This is a limitation for us. But basically, yes, we can, and we can educate, we can promote. I can tell you that within the Middle East chapter, we have lots of training activities. in this regard, helping countries in the region to do their pharmacovigilance daily activities, to encourage them, to guide them. We have such kind of activities, but we can only promote. We don't have the authority to say anything or to interpret with in the reporting or the number of reporting. Yeah, I hope I have answered your question.
Yeah, thank you very much. The other question, Azira, our friend from the National PV or Pharmacovigilance and Drug Safety Authority from Bosnia and Herzegovina. So she said, "Salam, Dr. Manal and Dr. Omar." Hi, Salam, Azira. It's wonderful to see you again. I think she's talking for you, Bogota, for the last time. Thank you so much for the knowledge you have shared with us. My question, so she has a question. How to inform the public about serious events related to the COVID-19 vaccine during the mass vaccination without worrying the public and producing a counter effect? What is the experience of your PV center in Iraq?
Yeah, this is an excellent question. Thank you, Azera. So glad you are here with us today. This is very difficult also to answer. I think we should prepare the public for such news, and not only the public. I think we should work first on the journalists, so that they would better inform the public of what's going on. Because if they understand, they are our connection with the public. So this is one part. We have to work on the journalists, and we have to I think engage them in many training activities related to drug safety and how to communicate the adverse event of especially of COVID-19 vaccine. This is one part. The other part is to be. I want to be very, very much how to say شفاف.
Transparent? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be very transparent. But you know that it's not only your decision, it's the decision of the policymaker, of the people who are working above you to decide. And at my country level, everyone is afraid from the media, what they would say, how would they take this news, how would they react to it, would it be a positive, would it be a negative? Although we are doing everything according to the very high standard, specifically in the related to the COVID-19 vaccines. I mean, in Iran, but still we are afraid from publicizing our news regarding to the adverse event. So what we are doing right now, we are doing a monthly report and we are disseminating this report to all relevant parties. And what we are doing also is that we have a hotline with the patients, and the patient can call the center on daily basis and ask everything about the adverse event. We have a hotline specifically for the adverse event, reporting of adverse event of vaccines. So this is one way of being close to the patient. This is very important. We should be so close to our patient to understand them and to respond to their concerns. Most of these concerns are really not that serious, but they would feel that we are doing what our job professionally, if I may say that. So through this way, we have received, I don't know, maybe every day, I don't know, maybe more than 100 calls, and till now we have, and we have how many? I think in 2 months we have received only through this channel more than 2,000 reports.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so. But this is very difficult. So we are thinking of having a call center, but this is also difficult. And we were just yesterday, I was just talking with one of the IT companies, and they have offered lots of IT solutions that would make it easy for the public to know everything and to report everything. We are still in conversation with them, and hope we will have. I don't know. We will reach to something useful for both of us.
I think, yeah, I think that you mentioned it. Very important to be transparent. The communication also has a big part in drug safety and pharmacovigilance. The communication with different channels and from regulatory bodies, from health authorities to the patient, to the public. It's very important, and in that kind of situation. Thank you, Dr. Manal.
Thank you so much.
Ahmed asked, how could we implement active drug monitoring in our country, in Iraq? So I guess Ahmed is from Iraq, and make our healthcare professionals more engaged in drug safety.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ahmed, for the question. We are doing our best. We first thought that we should target the healthcare providers, starting from pharmacists, physicians, but then after 10 years of working and targeting the healthcare providers, we come to a conclusion that it's better to target the patients. Okay. the consumer is much better to target, and you will get the same according to the many papers and manuscripts that have been published regarding patient involvement in the reporting. It would be the same kind. We were afraid of the quality of the reports. The quality would not be affected. This is a great thing. So that's why we try to take this step while we are in the COVID-19 vaccine pandemic, and we are trying to collect as much as we can of information. Everyone should be involved. Everyone should feel that this is his responsibilities. But of course, I know that in Iraq, the reporting is not mandatory. So this is one thing to hold us back. But still, the most important way of engaging is one-to-one conversation. But this is very difficult to have. We tried to have different meetings with different healthcare providers, working in specific areas, and we succeeded in that. But we found it very difficult to keep on this work, and we are currently evaluating on how to use the IT solutions for that. Like, for example, having a mobile app dedicated for reporting, and we will put all the news related to safety of medicines for Iraq. In Iraq, in that med safety app, we're working on it, and I think it would add a value to all healthcare providers when finding that they could easily find information related to drug safety in one place. Yeah.
I think that like the VSafe in the US for the vaccine related adverse events. So we try to speed up and to answer all the comments. We have a lot of questions. So Reem asked, how did you come across this field? I'm a PharmD student and would like to explore different work settings for pharmacists. So you are an inspiration, Doctor.
Yeah, thank you so much. Well, the story, I should tell the story, right? Do I have time? I was working as the manager of a clinical pharmacy program in the Ministry of Health. We train around 100 pharmacists for 1 year. After that, after graduation, they would be clinical pharmacists. So during that time, I was looking in the old archives and books that were in the office. They found something related to pharmacovigilance, and I found that this is. I'm talking to you 10 years ago, or more than 10 years ago. What is pharmacovigilance? I didn't know how to pronounce the word. So yeah, so that was from the Uppsala Monitoring Center brochure for the training in pharmacovigilance. I was lucky to join that training in 2009, 2 weeks in Uppsala, and I learned a lot. And that was the motive to continue. And another thing is that we were so close with other countries and with the UMCU, and you can see that the whole world is working as one towards the same goal. So this also motivates us more to continue in that path. So
of course.
This is the way.
Yeah, of course. And the impact on patients' lives, on patient quality, best quality of life on patients. So this is just what we motivate us, our patient, for this field. So I can add, Reem, that you are in the first step, and you can. I will share our social media. You can follow us on LinkedIn. Dr. Manal as well, me, InnoVigilance International Academy, were sharing information posts regarding and learn a lot of learnings regarding pharmacovigilance.
Yeah, she also can join the ISoP. There's a special for special fees for students.
Of course, yeah. So you can visit also the ISoP, isoponline.org website. Thank you, Dr. Shams.
Thank you.
Suha say thank you for this opportunity. Glad to attend this event. And Dizad, I think it's Algeria. So hello from Algeria.
Thank you so much.
Amina say also, I'm happy to discover the organization and to assist this live. Thank you. We're happy also to have you. Amina also, says, I work in PV and looking to grow in this field. Thank you for sharing all the valuable knowledge.
Thank you.
Raj is very active. Dr. Manal, perhaps you could advocate to ISoP to formally recognize and endorse the excellent training in pharmacovigilance provided by InnoVigilance internationally.
Of course. Yes, of course. Yeah.
Reem, thank you so much. Would greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hani says, interesting. Thank you.
Thank you, Hani.
So I think we're done with the comments. Thank you very much, Dr. Manal. They add me. Is a degree in health sciences like PH, pharmacist, MD, medical doctor required to grow in this field? I have a bachelor in chemistry and so passionate in what I do, PV associate in Canada.
Okay, nice. Yes, of course you can. You can further grow your knowledge in pharmacovigilance, like attending these courses, or maybe even study pharmacovigilance, and you can grow. There is no problem in growing. It's the point is that in your passion, whether you follow your passion or not.
Yeah, thank you. So of course, medical doctor, healthcare professional, and all fresh graduates or graduated from with a PhD, Master Science in Life Sciences, chemistry, biochemistry, or microbiology, all the fields in life sciences. Thank you, Raj. Thank you, Dr. Manal, for your time, for your passion, for sharing your passion, your all the valuable information that I learned more today, and for us also to be comfortable with the regulation, with the international mechanism.
Yeah.
So we were very lucky to have you, such an important, very important VIP, very important person in drug safety and pharmacovigilance internationally. Yeah, we can just say thank you 1,000 times.
Thank you so much, Dr. Omar, and thanks to all who attend the webinar, and who ask the different questions and comments, and to all, also to those who didn't ask also, thank you so much. And thanks a lot to Shams, who was responsible, taking care of every technical aspects of the meeting. And thanks for the invitation, Dr. Omar, and so glad to be with you today. So glad. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So just to remind at the end our audience that in Innovigilance International Academy, we are providing certification, QPDS, Drug Safety and Pharmacovigilance Certificate, a course, a job-ready course with RX course, with our partner RX course, for training in drug safety and pharmacovigilance, providing a certification, a QPDS, or Qualified Professional in Drug Safety, recognized by the American Society of Pharmacovigilance, with a lot of benefits, so online lectures. So you can have or look for all the information in www.innovigilance.com. Follow us and follow Dr. Manal on LinkedIn, very active with sharing learnings, events, and very important also important publications and papers. You can also follow Innovigilance International Academy page, LinkedIn page. And at the end also, we are very active on the brand new social media, only audio, Clubhouse. We are organizing all those events, webinars, I mean, except the course, webinars and the sharing on LinkedIn and on Clubhouse are free. So feel free to join us. We are organizing every Wednesday at noon Eastern time, a room discussing, asking question, responding, answering question. We were lucky last Wednesday to have a recruiter in PV space from the US suggesting openings for our attendees. So please follow us on Clubhouse, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. And thank you very much again, Dr. Manal, for your dedication, for your time, for accepting our invitation, and thanks for the audience for following us. Stay tuned for the next I would say a hot topic in July 31st. We will talking about AI, or artificial intelligence in pharmacovigilance, with also a guest, a very important guest and a person in AI from the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.